For this routine, you're gonna need a yoga mat and a yoga block is optional. You can set it to the side. We're gonna start with some diaphragmatic breathing in sitting, and this is gonna help your pelvic floor relax and help your nervous system quiet down. In a nice tall sitting position, you're gonna place your hands on your rib cage and take a big deep breath in. Feeling those ribs expand into your hands and exhale. So you're not sucking in your belly as you inhale. You're just slowly allowing those ribs to expand and letting it fall. Inhale, let's do 3 more. Exhale, keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Inhale, those ribs are opening up like an umbrella. Exhale, 1 more. And exhale. We're gonna go into hands and knees position and do some cat-cow stretches. So with your wrists underneath your shoulders, you're gonna take a deep breath in and then exhale, round the back. On the inhale, you're gonna extend your tailbone towards the sky. You feel a nice stretch in your abdomen. Exhale. Again, inhale. This is gonna help lengthen your abdominal wall. For anybody who's got digestive issues, constipation, abdominal pain, this is a great way to extend those abdominal muscles that can get so crampy. Inhale, 1 more. And then exhale, round it out. Now we're gonna go into an exercise called thread the needle. So staying in this position, you're gonna take your left hand and you're gonna scoop it underneath your right hand and kind of lay your shoulder flat on the mat. Try not to let your hips go towards the camera. They're gonna stay nice and stable. And you're gonna work your head down towards the ground. You can open up that right arm so it's nice and elongated, and you're gonna feel that stretch on the right side of your abdomen, and you're gonna feel it on the left side of your back. Big deep breath in. We're gonna do 5 breaths here. Nice stretch on the right side. Again, keep those hips nice and square. Let's do 3 more. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. Last one, feel that right side open up. Great, let's switch. So same thing, the right side is gonna stay down. I'm sorry, the left side's gonna stand down. You're gonna scoop the right side over. So you're gonna see my back for just a moment, but then you can see the left arm goes forward, the right arm goes underneath, and you're gonna keep your hips nice and stable. Big deep breaths here. You're gonna feel the stretch along your back, you're rotating your spine, and you feel a stretch along the left side body. Let's do 2 more big deep breaths here. Exhale, reach forward. 1 more breath here. Good. Let's come back into hands and knees position, and then we're gonna start lying on our backs. So in this position here, you're gonna lie on your back. Both legs are bent, and you're gonna just swing your knees together towards one side. So I'm gonna swing my knees towards the left side, and then I'm gonna take my arms, they're gonna be on the left side as well, and I'm gonna open up my right side. So this is helping rotate open that abdominal wall, stretch the shoulders, take some big deep breaths here. So your knees are towards one side, your arm and your head are looking towards the right. You can feel that stretch in your obliques all through the abdominal wall. You're softening and lightening. Let's do another big deep breath. And rotate towards the other side. So knees come towards the right side. You start in this position, and then you're gonna open up. Your shoulder is open to the left. You can look to the left side, keeping those knees open. You can even place a hand on your knees here if you want to keep those knees close to the ground and feel a little bit more opening in the chest and through the side body. Big deep breath here. Abdomen is nice and stretched. Those obliques are lengthening. You can look towards that left-hand side. One more big deep breath. So good. Now gradually and gently make your way to standing. We're going to go into another standing stretch here. So arms are going to come up towards the ceiling and you're going to open up through the chest and the abdomen and place your hands and kind of cross one hand over the other. So cross one hand over to the other and you're going to lean towards the right side. So taking big deep breaths, you're going to feel that body open up on this side. Take some breaths here. You can come back towards the center if you'd like a break and over to the right side again. Don't collapse this right side. Keep it nice and elongated. Again. Tuck the pelvis under. Don't let that belly kind of flare out. One more. Great, we're going to come back to center, overlap the other side, and side stretch towards the left. Feel that abdomen open up. If you have tight abdominal wall muscles, any digestive issues, even bladder issues, this is really going to help stretch out all sides of your abdomen. Big deep breath. Tuck that pelvis. Keep going. And back to center. Now, staying in this standing position, you are going to separate your feet to just about hips width, and we're going to roll forward. So you're going to kind of get a stretch in the nice back side of your leg. So inhale, kind of dive your chest down towards the center. You can keep your knees bent if you'd like, and then you're going to reach towards the floor. This is a great time to bring in your yoga block if you'd like it. So you can reach towards that, so you'll feel the stretch towards the back of your thighs, soft bend in the knees. And you're not straining here, you're holding it and breathing deeply and softly into your back body. So deep breath in. This feels so good after sitting for a long time. If you've got any pelvic floor tension, opening up those hamstrings and glutes is really going to help with that. Big deep breath. Let's do one more here and then we're going to add in a side twist. So staying in this position, you're going to place one hand on that block. You can even bring it to a higher position if needed. And you're going to scoop your right hand towards the ceiling. So don't let your hips sway to the side. Keep your hips nice and square. You're going to roll and you feel that stretch through your chest and your abdomen. Deep breath here. Good. So remember, keep those hips nice and aligned. Make sure that your pelvis is nice and neutral. Keep that back nice and flat. One more big deep breath here. And then we're going to switch sides. Now, bring that right hand towards the block. You're going to square hips and then scoop that left hand towards the ceiling. Keep the hips nice and square, big deep breaths. This stretch feels so good on the back of my legs, throughout my abdomen. Big deep breath. So with any digestive issues, constipation, abdominal pain, your abdomen gets so tight and tense that all of these rotations are helping open up those oblique and abdominal wall muscles. One more deep breath here. Let's come back towards center and then slowly make your way back up to standing. In this standing position, we're going to widen your legs. You can place the block to the side. So with your feet wider than hips width, toes pointing forward, you're going to do that same thing. You're welcome to rotate your toes out to the side if you'd like a little bit of an easier stretch, or toes inwards if you want a little bit more intensity. With your hands on your hips, you're going to do the same thing and you're going to dive forward and try to place your hands between your feet. Keep that back nice and flat. If you need a little bit of bend in the knees, that's fine, or feel free to bring that yoga block nice and center to keep that back flat. Big deep breath here. You can feel the back body opening up. With each breath, you're going to come down just a little bit lower. Deep breath in. Those hamstrings are going to feel nice and juicy after this. Another big deep breath. We're going to come back up. Now we're going to add in a little bit of extension, so opening up the chest. You're going to place your arms behind you, or you can interlace your fingers like this. So if you can't reach your shoulders back, just kind of fold your arms behind your back. But I'm going to open up my chest and shoulders, tuck that pelvis under, and take another dive forward. Big deep breath, and then bring those hands between your shoulder blades, keeping a nice flat spine. Now we're opening up the chest and the abdomen at the same time we're stretching the back body. Big deep breaths here. After this, we go into my favorite stretch of all time. Big deep breath. Let's do one more. Make sure that you shift towards your toes. Keep the weight in your toes. And then come on up. All right, next stretch, we're gonna lower down into a deep squat. Keep that yoga block with you if you'd like. So we're just going to, with knees nice and wide, toes pointed out, lower down into, this is called malasana in yoga, but just a deep squat pose. This is my favorite pose for pelvic floor relaxation. Whether you're trying to ease your poops, prep for birth, relieve tailbone pain, this is such a great stretch to release all of your pelvic floor muscles. So if you need a little bit more support, you can place a yoga block underneath your bottom or a stool, and then you're gonna press your elbows towards your inner thigh. So this is gonna help you soften a little bit into the stretch. If you don't have this available, you can also just stay in a squat position and lift your heels up. That's totally fine. So let's do 3 big deep breaths here. Soften the shoulders. Soften the hips. Soften the pelvic floor. Last big deep breath. We're gonna place this to the side now. We're gonna go into a sitting position. So I'm gonna actually have you place your legs straight out in front of you, and this is gonna be a little bit of a modified piriformis or figure 4 stretch. So keeping the spine nice and upright, you're gonna cross one ankle over the opposite knee and bend that left leg, and you're gonna feel a stretch in your right hip, so right through here. So put your hands behind you, lift that chest up to get a nice flat back, and then you feel that stretch in the right side. If it's too intense, just straighten the left leg a little bit more. If you want more intensity, bring the foot a little bit closer to you. Couple deep breaths here. One more. Let's switch sides. So both legs out in front, cross the left ankle over the right knee, bend that leg, nice flat back. And you might feel that one hip is a little bit tighter than the other. So make sure that that shin is kind of a nice angle, nice 90-degree angle with the thigh. Big deep breaths, soften as you breathe. 2 more breaths here. I feel those hips releasing as I just maintain this stretch and breathe. All helping the glutes, hips, and pelvic floor let go. Okay. Now we're gonna finish this out with a child's pose. Another great stretch to just relax and release. So with your toes together and knees nice and wide, you're gonna start in the hands and knees position and rock your hips back into with your hips resting on your heels, and then you're gonna stretch your arms forward. Oh, big deep breaths here. You can feel the hips let go, the shoulders let go. You can cross your arms and rest your forehead on your forearms and take a big deep breath here. You can stay here as long as you'd like, softening the hips, breathing into the pelvic floor. 2 more breaths. Last one. You use your hands to walk back up. And that is the end of this stretch routine.